Well, hello YouTubers, it's Bill and Dad of Bill.
Another Bill.
That's right. What are you making, Dad?
I am making muffin tin hush puppies.
Muffin tin hush. This is the muffin tin. What is a hush puppy?
A hush puppy is a bit of cornbread that has been cooked in boiling lard, and I put them in the muffin tin and bake them instead to cut down on a bit of the grease.
All right, and this is cornmeal over here, isn't it?
This is cornmeal, 2 cups of cornmeal, 1 cup of flour, a little baking powder, a tablespoon of it, and a handful of brown sugar.
Okay. And did you put some jalapenos in there?
Not yet. They'll go in when when the batter is in the muffin tin. I'll put a little on top.
Ah, excellent. All right, stick around. We're going to see how these turn out.
425.
The oven is at 425 degrees, and you've got some
temperature similar to that, because it's a little hard to be sure what that is really at, but that's the dial, the outside dial.
So some churned buttermilk. How much buttermilk do you add, Dad?
About a cupful.
About a cup of buttermilk. And how much flour is in there altogether?
3 cups.
3 cups of flour.
Counting the cornmeal.
Counting the cornmeal.
I may add a little more buttermilk.
All right. For a little variety this time, you're going to add some whole kernel corn from a can. Should add an interesting texture and color.
About half the can.
About half a can. You know, this is why my ChefBill Cooks videos are so interesting. And you should watch ChefBill Cooks. Look for ChefBill Cooks on YouTube. Okay. I understand, Dad, that this is how Julia Childs got started.
Is that right? Making cornbread?
Is that
I think
true?
I'm going to need 2 cups of buttermilk.
2 cups of buttermilk, it looks like. You know, if it is too much buttermilk, you can always add a little more cornmeal.
That's true.
The batter seems to have taken on a consistency of concrete, but unsettled concrete, right?
Yeah.
Uncured. Very nice. I see it. All right. Was your father a cook?
He was.
What did he like to cook?
He cooked about anything in the world. He made biscuits and cornbread and lots of other things. I remember him making a dish with sweet potatoes baked in the oven with slices of pineapple on top.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm sure he added more than a little bit of brown sugar to that.
I remember...
maybe molasses.
And it was baked in a pan, do you think?
Baked in a pan.
Oh, very good.
I think I've ever made the same recipe exactly twice.
It sounds like television. Never twice the same color. NTSC. All right, so this is a scoop of the cornmeal batter into the muffin tin. Well, you're calling this a baked hush puppy. How is it different than a cornmeal muffin?
Well, maybe not a whole lot different.
Advertising, Dad, that's how it's different. Advertising. It is what you call it.
Yeah.
Next comes the jalapeno pieces, which Dad will put on some of, but not all of, the, well, they're baked hush puppies, which in my mind is very similar to a cornmeal muffin, but with better advertising. They're going into the oven. Always check your oven before you preheat, I think. So the first are in and the seconds are in, and we know that 15 minutes from now we'll have some muffins ready. Or we think we will.
15 minutes or when the tops are brown.
What do you think, Dad?
Well, I think that needs to be turned around and give it another 2 or 3 or 4 minutes.
Take a look now. How they look.
That needs more browning. I think
you're right.
That's not brown enough on
I agree. So you use a knife to spin them around and pop them out. I see. How do the bottoms look?
I haven't looked yet.
Oh, very nice. Look at that. Nicely browned.